We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
What is up, guys? I'm Stu, and this is another movement service announcement. Today we're going to be talking to you guys about making your burpees suck less. Now, the truth of the matter is this: burpees are just one of those things that will always suck. It's one of the inevitable truths of life. Burpees suck. But if you want the burpee to suck less, you need to master the push-up. And you need to kind of get an understanding of the entire burpee movement. 50% of it is gravity. It is you falling or going to the ground. And then 50% of it is you getting off the ground. So if we look at that, the biggest energy expenditure is getting yourself off the ground. Whether you sprawl up or you push up, bottom line is that is where most people fatigue out in a burpee. So what we have found here at Urban Movement is that if we can get you better at push-ups, you will find burpees to be far less taxing, and hence, they will suck less. Now, in order to get you better at your push-up, we will take you through our 4-step progression that we typically utilize to get someone from novice push-ups to more advanced. In the very beginning, there are a couple common denominators and rules of thumb that all of these push-ups have got to have in common in order for you to get the most benefit from them. Now, in the beginning, we'll start with the first variation of the push-up modification, and that would be going from the knees. So essentially, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get both of the knees planted right underneath the hips. Abs are nice and tight. Hands are gonna go straight out underneath the shoulders. I'm gonna interlock my ankles and pull my heels towards my butt. I'm gonna lower myself all the way down till my chest and chin make contact with the ground, and I'm gonna push right back up. Now, with all of the movements that we'll be going over today in the different burpee variations, push-up variations, we're gonna be talking about keeping this nice and tight and the lower half of the body engaged. You do not want a floppy, noodly lower half of the body. You will lose the core element of it, and it's actually gonna make your push-up way harder. So one more time, if we're going from the knees, interlock those ankles, pull the heels towards the butt, drive all the way down, get to the bottom, press all the way up, and when I'm at the bottom, I should be able to take my hands and slide them underneath my thighs. So with that and sliding underneath the thighs, that shows me the lower half of the body is engaged. Once you master that, we're gonna have you go ahead and go to the next variation. This is gonna put you up in a traditional push-up position, a plank, everything engaged from toenails to fingernails, and you're gonna lower yourself down nice and smooth and steady. When you get to the bottom, you're then gonna go ahead and engage that knee position that we just did. You'll drop the knees down, interlock the ankles, raise the heels towards your butt, and press up. When you get to the top, you'll get back to the top of that plank position and then lower yourself down in a nice controlled fashion, all the way down, knees to the floor, interlock the ankles, heels to the butt, and push back up. Now, those two variations alone, you could spend weeks and weeks and months mastering that, all right? And then once you get there and you feel confident and strong, start playing around with the third variation of the push-up, which is what we've all come to know, this standard push-up from a plank position all the way down and up. Again, you're gonna go ahead, get set up, get those shoulders slightly in front of the wrist, abs are nice and tight, legs are flexed, abs are engaged, butt cheeks are clenched, and we're gonna lower ourselves down nice and slow and steady. At the very bottom, once again, I can slide my hands underneath my thighs and press right back up. And as you go through this, you'll see the entire body moves together in one nice, steady motion. Once we've mastered that standard push-up, some of you guys, you start getting a little bit stronger in the chest and the triceps, you're able to control your midline, and you're looking for something a little bit more challenging. That's where we typically recommend a plyometric push-up. Essentially a push-up that is so strong that as you come up, you leave the ground for a few seconds. So we come all the way down, and we'll explode up, and rinse and repeat. Nice and controlled midline, not letting your hips sag, and that would be our plyometric version. You can get real fancy with those, clapping, all that kind of fun stuff, but that's typically be plenty enough of a dose for these workouts. Now, once again, guys, if you can master the push-up, I promise you it will make your burpee suck less. Keep thinking of that burpee. 50% of it is you just falling, and 50% of it is how you get off the ground. So if those of you guys who are chasing these workouts with more of a strength focus, challenge yourself to tackle these burpees as push-ups on the way up. It will get you stronger, it will get you more coordinated to be better at push-ups later on. Those of you guys who are looking to do burpees with more of a conditioning aspect, where when you go ahead and you hit the ground, you're not really focusing on a strict push-up, you're just hitting that sprawl and kicking back up. There's nothing wrong with that, but I promise you, even those are gonna start fatiguing you out until you learn to control the strength element of pushing up off the ground. Guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, ask a coach next time you're in class, and we'll see you in the next video.